in an environment where the demography, that means the way population is growing in each of the zones, is different. It therefore follows that for us to have a modicum of predictability and stability, we must work along the principle of the pendulum. The reason is that if we don't do that, we will then be victims of where the numbers are. Now, if we become the victims of where the numbers are now, then how long can we go before it becomes extremely offensive? So for us to balance it, General Sani Abacha of blessed memory, it was not exactly silly when he created 6 geopolitical zones. It was because it is clear to anybody who loves the country that how do you balance the technicality and the intricacies of a multicultural, multi-ethnic country?
Is Bola Tinubu doing that well? Is he balancing things out? Because the accusation is that he's doing very badly in the balancing effect that could hold our nation. There are allegations against him that he's not being fair to some. That accusation that if he gets to the north, he's going to be utterly rejected. And you heard what my previous guest said.
You know, listen,
Dr. Akim
listen.
That Bola Tinubu can be beaten.
Every time I listen to top-level supposed northern intellectual of the like of Ahmed, one thing always bothers me. In all of the years that this country has stayed, do they even have the courage to look at the developmental and human capital indices on the north and speak to the issues? Why do they hyperventilate only when they're talking about the federal government? And that which is saying is not correct.
Well, what
there exactly is the danger of assuming that because you are angry, you are political, you are interested in one candidate or the other, you have some sinister agenda on how you think things should go, and you want to bully everybody with your supposed human capital, whatever the quality of that capital is, it totally means that everybody in the north is angry. Let me ask you. The other day I checked Casino. You know, I've been in this game of trying to win an election, and if you know how to lose, you must have to know how to look at where the winning numbers are. Everybody that matters in Katsina is almost there. The man that made us even win that election the last time, the former secretary to their government, who was the leader, is there now. And when I checked on the ground to say, okay, what is moving them? It will be difficult for them, to justify that they are the only ones that have northerners. Come to Kano. I looked at Kano. I went extra mile over to go and do the analysis because of the significant nature of the Kano vote. Ganduje is there. Recall that in this last election, the governorship election, the margin between the Ganduje election and the council election was very small. They even lost it at the tribunal. It took Wole Olanipekun SAN to help them out in the final tribunal to get it back. Now Ganduje is there. Abba Gida Gida, who is obviously a Konkansia man, is there. On top of that, the former governor, former senator, former president of the Teachers Union in Nigeria, a very big organization, with the one that has the largest senatorial district in Kano with more than 3 million registered votes. Shekarau is there. You have this speaker.
The deputy speaker.
The deputy speaker, I beg your pardon. You have him there. You have all the big money boys who are doing so well in the stock exchange and taking advantage of microeconomic indicators. The Abdul Samad of this world. The Dangote is needed to say.
You are looking at the issue from one prism.
No, I'm not looking at it from one prism.
You are not looking at the prism of almost 27 million Nigerians who are hungry. The 63% that are falling below the poverty line.
Is to ask
I'm asking you that the prism of which you are looking at this issue, because what Baba Ahmed said on this program is that there's no way Tinubu can convince Nigerians, especially going to the north where the more indices of poverty exist, and win an election.
You are eating into my time. You're not allowing me to answer.
I'm asking.
Let me just.
On what basis will Bola Tinubu and the APC campaign?
No. I didn't say he's going to win. I said anybody who appropriates the totality of the numbers in the north to himself is deluding himself. Those personalities that I mentioned for you, they are Kano people. And election yields to their own peculiar management situation. And I just give you only Kano. If you move away from Kano and you get to Jigawa, who is there? If you move away from that Kano and you go to, which is next? Zamfara.
These are individuals.
No, listen.
How do you calculate the generality of the opinion?
I'm just trying to explain to you. Listen,
have you sampled?
How will I not have? Do I look like the kind of clown that...
And I'd like to ask you pointedly, do you think Tinubu can win this election?
Let me tell you what I think. I pity him because after he wins, they're going to start saying he rigged. And the biggest challenge for the stability of this country going forward is not so much who will win or who will lose, but how they will accept outcomes. Because if you do an election and people can vote for you, they can vote for your rival. And if they do happen to vote for your rival and he wins, If you insist that all you are going to be doing is screaming up and down, saying you lost, you did it, and instigating the society, how does the winner become the victim of the votes people gave him?
Let's look at some issues.
And if,
Sowunmi.
yes,
Yeah.
what issues?
I do the analysis,
Okay.
and I will not take you to even the northern region of the country.
Okay.
I wish I had the magic board here
Bring
to
it.
describe to you. There are 6 states in southwest Nigeria, and I'm taking you to Bola Tinubu's home region. He's from Lagos. You look at Lagos, the last time he lost an election, historically speaking, Tinubu's legs are wobbling in his home state. One. In Oyo, Tinubu stands a very slim chance. Still look at what happened. Without Makinde the last time around, he has little or no chance. You see what happened in Ekiti. Ekiti has a very slim figure. Ondo, you might almost give Tinubu a very good pass in Ondo. Go to Osun. Osun, he might get a huge number because of the Adeleke factor that say.
Okay, so you can.
So the question is that where you get the big numbers from? Lagos, Oyo. Tinubu's chances are slim.
No, sure.
Even in the southwest, where Tinubu seems to have the bigger number, he's supposed to have the bigger number. Things are not working, are not looking very bright.
Sure. Although you
and I'll take it to Ogun.
Can I finish?
The kind of crisis in Ogun State, politically speaking.
Okay.
You are from Ogun, I remember.
Don't worry, I will tell you. So let me tell you what people talk about when they talk about the southwest that they do not pay attention to. The southwestern part of our country, Nigeria, is the only location where democracy is actually remotely working. From the days of you, even the days of Obafemi Awolowo, our people have been very Republican. And their Republican nature means that everybody will have some space. Why do you think we're the most inclusive, even in terms of people living in the zone and probably small skirmishes?
I imagine that the South is more democratic than the Republican Southeast.
Let me explain. The Republican Southeast is on the risk. I hope they will change. They usually just make up their mind they are going in the wrong direction, and when they go in the wrong direction, they are not part of the nation, and then they start complaining. But that's their business. I'm not here for them. Let me go to the Southwest. I don't see anything that will affect the president in the Southwest except the management of his own people within his own party. In the Southwest as a structure today, the APC is the only one that can do damage to the APC. And what do I mean? If they ignore all their election giants and they insist that one individual will not manage the complexity of other people's hearts, and they insist that they are going to be smart by half, leave out their heavy punchers. Sorry. Imagine for a second if the president were just to do a proper review, not the ones that his friends are telling him, a proper review on the day, the potential day of the vote, and who can contribute to an election, minus federal might. Is it PDP that is going to beat him? Back to Oyo. Most people don't know.
Before you go to Oyo, just a moment. In Ogun, for example, you have a GNI, you have Honorable Akinlade, those who were contestants against Yayi.
So I think the problem with Yayi there.
But the problem is that Akinlade, for example, has no ticket. And you are talking about the heavy punchers.
No. That's, you see, when I said the heavy punchers.
Those who are, and I've heard a lot of people in Ogun State, and why I think that, yes, you have an Oshoba who is
Baba is not a heavy puncher.
No, I'm saying that those who are supporting Bola Tinubu in Ogun State. But if you take away GNI, take away Honorable Akinlade, these are the ones that are being on the ground.
Okay, let me
If they are angry,
so you know the problem we should have done the 1 hour program. Goiga is back on the ballot as for his House of Reps. If they disregard Isiaq Abiodun Akinlade, the 4th times rep member, I pray to God Almighty they don't pay their leave for it.
From Yewa.
He's from Ipokia, Yewa South. That guy, I tell you, cross my heart hope to die, is phenomenal when it comes to give back to the grassroots. I don't know what will happen there. Why will anybody even say a 4th-time rep should not go back so that he will be a potential leader of the house?
I'm not speaking about Benga Daniel.
I'm coming. You know, in Benga Daniel's own remote case, his situation is slightly different. And it will be in his best interest to analyze it well. What do I mean? Typically in Ogun State, it's a very tough work to get anybody who has gone to the Senate to go back to the Senate. I don't know why it's like that. We have not got any history of anybody who goes to the Senate back to back. Ironically, where Otuma Benga Daniel comes from, which is Ogun, and is my leader, the challenge you will have is that if you are contesting ticket, not general election, with a governor, by the mistake of 1999, which Obasanjo caused in this country by saying that governors are leaders of parties, which has been the tradition up till now, how will a governor lose primaries to you? He will have all his local government people there. So that's almost like a fait accompli. The challenge for the president, which I have been screaming even before they got to this level, is that, Mr. President, you cannot, with due respect to if you know you want to, you're interested in your election, look at Ogun. have potential 3 friends screaming and squabbling among themselves, and you haven't called all the stakeholders. What are your people telling you? I would have expected you to call all the stakeholders.
Oh, this wonder shall never end. Jesus. According to Sowunmi, you understand, he went to Arise TV. Sorry, Channels TV. Sorry, I made a mistake. You understand? So, this guy Sowunmi answer a question. So, this man, I don't say this man na PDP this man day, but it is support Tinubu. Now PDP they support Tinubu. Can you imagine? What did they call that one? That one two-face. You understand? So the reason why they do all this one, so you understand? Now appointment, this man define appointment. Forget now politics. He define appointment. And that appointment, he not go get am. He not go get that appointment. According to him, he say he pity Tinubu because they will say he ring after he win in 2027 election. You understand? Say he pity her. You understand? So we all know all these people. You get me? I don't talk too much. I leave make sit down comment on the comment section. So I also form this wonderful Chicago.